Hey, we don't have very many bands in the Ukrainian metal scenes right now, but there are still some very cool bands that are known even beyond its borders. For example, Ginger, who toured more than 100 tours around the world, and the last one was accompanied by Slipknot. Today I wanna talk about several bands that had claims for something more, but still managed to leave their mark on the Ukrainian metal scene. You are on the Jewish channel, let's go! Before we start, if you like one of the bands, write to me in the comments and I will make a separate video about the most mentioned band. Sun Eclipse. The incredibly charismatic group from Vinnytsia was formed in 2004 and during its existence traveled all over Ukraine as well as the near abroad. They accompanied many well-known metal bands such as Behemoth and Amatory. They started playing on the border between grindcore and death metal, but later switched to a more melodic metalcore sound. They were different from all other bands at that time. They had their own look and atmosphere on stage. I was lucky enough to be at a couple of their concerts. In 2011 their only album was released, which recorded the result of those almost 7 years of tireless work. The band Sun Eclipse probably did what they could and disappeared at the end of 2012.
Interest and it's gone.
The guitarist on the band, Oleksiy Zatsarkovny, started to focus on his second band, which later became one of the most popular metal bands in Ukraine, Space of Variations. Tall, new metal band from Kyiv. The group was founded in 2003. They released 3 albums, shot cool and atmospheric videos, and gave many concerts. At one point, they were at the top of the Ukrainian alternative music. I was lucky to be at one of their concerts. I don't remember the details, but I remember that I was impressed.
Хто з нас сильніший, ми ще то побачимо. Хто буде жити, хто тут буде загнаний. Кровью сворачиваться, лопаться тромбами, срать паранойей. Вот так, блядь, живут.
Unfortunately, the band ceased to exist in 2013. Tonkaya Krasnaya Nit, if translate to English, thin red thread. Tonkaya Krasnaya Nit was founded in 2005 in the city of Kharkiv. The band has become a real soundtrack of life for many listeners for more than 10 years. It's hard to say briefly about them, but I'll try. The concerts were sold out wherever they performed. They managed to release 2 very bright albums and shoot several music videos. At the height of their popularity, the band's vocalist Evgen Tutunik decides to change the environment and goes to Kiev to create his own band. Tonka Krasnaya Nit found a vocalist Oля Verbetska to replace him and changed the name to TKN. They recorded a single, shot a music video and gave concert. They worked on a new album for almost 2 years, but they lost their vocalist again. But not long ago, I came across the single Икар, which they released in 2021.
Играешь, лукавишь, теплом мне крылья плавишь, обманутый Икар.
And there I heard Evgen's voice. But then I found out that the song was recorded back in 2013. Sorry, they haven't disappeared. Well, let's move on, so as not to stray far from Kharkiv, Xbox Murder, black metal and death metal. The band was founded in 2006. The name of the band is dedicated to the gruesome story of the murder of 6 people for a robbery in which they stole an Xbox. Sort of. They released 2 EPs, and here is their last release under the same name, Xbox Murder, on which every song is a masterpiece, especially there.
Зачем вы славите дьявола?
At one time I managed to get to their concert, during which I had to turn around and look to see if Satan had entered. At the moment, the band no longer exists. Aura of Insane, the metalcore band from the city of Melitopol, was founded in 2004, and it was no joke then that it made itself known. The audience at the concerts went crazy. Just listen to how people were waiting for their song Distance, Расстояние.
Называется «Расстояние».
Расстояние, блядь! Расстояние, блядь! Охуеть, давай!
Aura released 1 EP. Let's listen to it a bit. Aura gave a lot of concerts, but eventually the band still split up. In particular, the vocalist Stanislav Chmielewski, if memory serves, became the vocalist of the Kiev mad metal band Plus Minus. Maybe you know this one. At the end, I left my favorite band, in my opinion, the best metal band of Ukraine. Fat Show Dogs is a band from the city of Energodar, which was not created a single pacing song. Their concerts were simply amazing. The music and energy that emanated from the guys just made my eyes pop. In 2014 they released their first EP, and in 2015 their second, and they are simply crazy songs. Every song is my favorite, every single one. Let's listen.
Let me see
I can give you more on the dance floor.
Golden time back for you get it's me I come on take the rest of me. Come on make some noise for me. Come on to me my heart's so cold. And therefore we found this war.
I would give you all the love you will need. Give me just a little smile indeed. We will be waiting to hear from you. Waiting for you, waiting for you.
But in 2017, a simply crazy hit was released. I could not even imagine such a symbols in one song. They recorded the song together with Skindred vocalist Benji Webb.
It's all just falling.
Not only that, they went to a festival in a cool city, Fine Misto, and performed there together with him.
We got to win this war.
Here's songs of all my friends singing on their side.
Who are the people of the revolution? Well, where are the people of the revolution?
I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. It's all just falling. I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. It's all just falling.
But after that, the band disappeared like a fart in the fresh air among the mountains. They just disappeared. I took their disappearance as a personal insult, because I was certainly not just a listener, but also a real fan of that wonderful band Fat Show Dogs.
Why do I feel so empty inside? Why do I feel like I have no control over my life?
At the moment, this is not all, because I have a much more professional bands in my memory. Also, if you remember any of them, write them in the comments and maybe they will be included in the next video. Don't forget for reaction, all you have a metal. Bye!